What's going on, Sports Wars? This is Brian with the RK Outpost and GeeksandGamers.com, and LeBron James is a topic that comes up a lot on this channel. Usually, we are talking about him along with the rest of the woke NBA, who take every opportunity to virtue signal when the quote-unquote victim is the right color. But when that victim is not the right color of that whatever social injustice they are bitching about that week, then of course they don't bring it up. They shut up and dribble, just like they did with China. And someone is finally trying to call them out on it, but LeBron James is being protected because, oh no, we don't want to hurt LeBron James' feelings. We don't want to say something that's actually truthful about LeBron, so let's protect him. Look at this ridiculous story. Human rights statement features silence is violence, mocking LeBron James gets rejected by Billboard company. Now, this is the piece from Outkick the Coverage. The New York Post is reporting that a Virginia-based company, the National Legal and Policy Center, was going to spend deep into the six figures to display 5 billboards around the NBA bubble in Orlando that would show LeBron James with a Chinese flag covering his mouth and that delightful phrase, silence is violence. Now, I've blown this up. I'm also probably going to put this in the thumbnail because this is perfect. Maybe this will be in our thumbnails instead of clown LeBron James. Who knows? But this is going to be the billboard. LeBron James, silence is violence. LeBron James and the rest of the NBA, who, like I said, want to come and talk about any time you have a black man that's shot by the police, especially if it's a white person, heaven forbid. Regardless of what facts are there, regardless of what that person did or did not do, they hold them up as some sort of hero to the community and someone who must be celebrated. But when the NBA goes to China, what do? They shut up and dribble for their sponsors because at the end of the day, LeBron James doesn't actually care about anyone but himself and money. That is the bottom line, and that's how it goes with the rest of the NBA as well. Just remember that when you see all the garbage they have on the fort, Black Lives Matter, all this get out the vote, all this nonsense they're doing to try to hold up these people. When they go to a place like China, that the types of things you see in China are far worse than we ever see right here today in our country, they shut up and dribble because they don't care about injustices. All they care about is money and this fake virtue signaling. That is all they care about. Now, this report originally came from the New York Post. Billboard company refuses to post ad critical of LeBron James' stand on China. And the reason being, this is the best part, the reason being, Outfront Media refused to put up the ads for fear of upsetting the famously outspoken James, according to an email from the company viewed by the Post. So, according to this email, the company was scared that LeBron James would get upset about this. That ironically, the man with the Chinese flag covering his mouth would speak out about this because you know he would. LeBron James would definitely speak out if this ad went up, if this truthful ad went up there about LeBron James saying that every injustice needs to be called out anywhere and everywhere, except when my money is on the line for China. Look at this right here. We cannot accept the ad as it is right now, wrote the rep for Outfit, adding the company would only put the billboards up if they agreed to remove the baller's image. The Chinese flag is okay and the silence is violence is okay, he said. But the conservative think tank, so that's what the NLPC is, we're standing its ground. Some messages are too important to be suppressed, said Peter Flaherty. When it comes to human rights in China, silence is indeed violence. We should be able to call LeBron on his hypocrisy without this censorship. So that's really what this article is about. And it reminds us of all the things that happened. When Daryl Morey went out and said something about supporting Hong Kong and immediately had to delete the tweet and was vilified by all of the NBA. How dare you say anything bad about China, Daryl Morey, including LeBron James himself, saying that Daryl Morey isn't educated enough to be talking about that. LeBron James, a dude who, let's face it, barely got through high school. The dude had a Hummer. Had a Hummer in high school. You really think that he was going to those classes that closely, attending classes and paying that much attention? No, LeBron James is a pseudo-intellectual. He pretends to know stuff. He pretends like he's some type of lawyer or police officer or anyone who knows anything. But in fact, he is not. LeBron James is an absolute idiot. And the fact that anyone looks up to this man for anything other than his play on the basketball court is absolutely ridiculous. And the fact that a company is afraid to upset LeBron James. So they reject that ad is ridiculous because as we all know here on this channel, we are not going to stop talking about what LeBron James does regardless of who it pisses off. We're going to call out these players when we see these woke narratives, this social justice messaging that is turning so many people off and away from the NBA right now. And LeBron's a bitch. We're always going to call it out and say that he is a bitch. And the fact that he refuses to say anything about China, refuses to say anything about the sheriffs that were shot in his county after he incited violence is ridiculous. Let me know what you guys think about all this in the comments below. This ad, honestly, that's pretty good because it's very accurate and representative. It shows the hypocrisy of LeBron James. Smash a like button, subscribe to Sports Wars, ring the bell for notifications, share this video out there, and I'll talk to you later.